ask you a question. Yeah, Congressman Kucinich.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Liddy, the AIG had a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission recently in which was included a letter that you sent to individuals who were to receive bonuses. If you need, I have a copy of the letter to refresh your memory. Now in this letter, this letter, by the way, was sent 4 days after you became the CEO. You became the CEO on the 18th. The letter was sent on the 22nd. It was a little more than a week after AIG received $85 billion from the Fed. And what you write, and after you call for transparency, you wrote a letter to employees who are disclosing the company's recent SEC report saying, quote, as this special award is being made to a very select group of executives, I ask that you treat it as confidential. The letter goes on to assure this select group that in the event the AIG entity that is your employer, the company, experiences a change in control, that is consummation of a merger, consolidation, statutory share exchange, or similar form of corporate transaction involving the sale or other disposition of all or substantially all of the company's assets to an entity that is not an affiliate of the company, AIG guarantees the payment of the 2008 special cash retention award on the dates and under the conditions specified above. My question to you, sir, first of all, you are familiar with that letter, are you not?
I haven't read it in quite a while, so I'm familiar with the issue, yes.
Okay. Is it, based on that letter, is it true that, that even if the United States took over AIG 100%, that these bonuses would be awarded?
No, in fact, many of them have not. Many of them have been restructured, or they've been, the payment of them has been delayed, and we're looking at revising them and trying to figure out how do we pay them, how do we keep people that we need to run these businesses, but how do we honor both the spirit and the intent of what comes out with the Treasury regulations?
So you're telling this committee that it is the position of AIG management, of which you're the CEO, that this letter that you sent, that's part of your SEC filing, is no longer operative?
No, it's what causes us such difficulty, Congressman. We have that letter, which can be viewed as a contract, but we have a new set of events which says it's going to take a lot longer to pay back the American taxpayer. How do we balance those two? How do we balance a commitment that we made with the understanding that we have right now that the fact that it's going to take us longer to repay the American taxpayer? It's difficult. We need the leadership of this business, of our businesses, if we're going to keep them viable, sell them, and pay back the taxpayer. So that's where there's great tension in the system right now. How do you keep the leadership, pay them competitive wages, honor a commitment like that, but still be responsive to whatever new legislation is put in place?
So do you intend to honor the commitment that you made in the letter?
I'm going to wait to see what comes forward from the Treasury to see if those kinds of payments are permitted, if they need to be restructured, if they need to be more performance-based. I just don't have enough information to answer the question. And I'm told that those rules and regulations will be forthcoming in a number of weeks.
Will you be able to let this committee know whether or not you intend to honor the letter that says that you're going to pay bonuses to people, essentially that they'd be able to collect bonuses at taxpayers' expense, even if AIG, even if the government has a bigger stake?
Yes, many of those dollars, if to the extent they go to people that are senior executives, that would have to be reported. We'd have to make an 8K filing or a 10Q filing. You'll know it.
Well, because the reason why I ask if we'd know, Mr. Chairman, is because you'd asked the previous recipients of this letter to keep the matter confidential. So are we to expect a more forthcoming approach, more transparency in the dealings with this committee, or are you going to have confidential relationships with your employees to pass on bonuses to them without this committee being aware of it?
No, we intend to be very
Yeah.
transparent in everything that we do.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.